Hello everyone, Pierce Nation here. As you can see, the story of this topic is on the screen right now. So got a email about this about an hour ago when I was at work. We got off early today, which is always great to see, but these are heroic cards. And there's 5 of them. It was literally updated December 10th, 2021. Like, literally just got this an hour ago. Not sure what these cards will hold, but we will get into it and we will see exactly what these cards are in general. So let's go ahead and read the article. I don't care about your stupid ads. Alright, so we got 5 heroic cards. This is Heroic Challenger Knuckle Knife. He's a level 1 Earth. It says you can use each of the first and second effects of this card once per turn. If you control a non-level you control a non-level 1 heroic monster, not sure what that is, you can supposed to summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target one other warrior monster you control. The level of the target of this card becomes the level of the other. You cannot declare attacks the turn you activate this effect, except with Xyz monsters. Okay, so it's an Xyz deck. Heroic Challenger Morningstar, a level 4 Earth warrior effect monster. You can use the first, second, and third effects of this card once per turn. That's 3 effects. That might be broken. I hate these ads that pop up randomly. It says first effect, if you control 2 or more warrior monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Effect number 2, if this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 heroic spell or trap from deck to your hand. Number 3, if your life point is 500 or lower while this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon it, but its effects are negated. That's not a good effect. You know, the chances of you being alive are not very high, so I do not advise that card. Heroic Champion Cleave Solish, a rank 4 light monster. The warrior Xyz effect. 2 level 4 warrior monsters, that's not hard to get into. You can actually get into that with like a dino deck too. But the thing is it's not warrior monsters. So with dinos you couldn't get into this. So this is basically warrior only. There's not very many warrior archetypes, so okay. But beyond that, it says you can only use the second and third effects of this card once per turn. Effect number 1, your opponent cannot target your monsters for attacks except this card. That's a good effect. During your main phase, you can pay life points so that you have 500 life points remaining at the start of this turn. At the start of this turn's battle phase, double the attack of one of your monsters. Oh! Huh. Well then, this guy... Is it this guy? No, it's this one. And this guy actually has some use now, because his effect lowers your life points. But it also might fuck you out of the game, so... Let's see, effect 3. When your opponent monster declares an attack, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. This card gains attack equal to that target's attack until the end of this turn. Huh. That's kind of lame. That's really lame for an Xyz monster. Rank 1 Earth. This is Heroic Champion Yeirong Rapier. I may have said that wrong. Correct me in the comments. You got me? It says you can use the second and third effects of this card once per turn. Each turn, well, this is the first effect. Each turn, the first time your warrior monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect. It is not destroyed. Huh. You still take the damage to it though. Let's see. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 level 4. Yeah, well, 1 level or rank 4 monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack. Again, it's not really that good. When your opponent declares an attack, you can gain life points equal to half of its attack. Okay, that's... Oh, wait, no. No, that... God damn it. Because by then, this freaking card is dead. Like, you could tank the first hit, but you ain't taking the second hit. Jesus Christ. Heroic Envoy. It's a normal spell. You can only use the first and second effects of this card once per turn. There ain't nothing, again, it's not continuous, so I don't know why it has this. But other than, you couldn't play like 2 in the same turn, I guess. Add 1 heroic monster from deck to hand. If your life points is 500 or lower, you can banish this card from the graveyard, target 1 heroic card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. I don't really know if there is a heroic archetype yet. If there is, I'm not going to use it. See, is there any comments on this yet? 3 likes. Man, I don't know. Well, since I got the extra time, let's go back, and I'll go ahead and go over the thing I was going to do yesterday, which is the Witchcrafters. But if you guys want me to go over Branded, the Perform Pile, Silent Honor, some of these other cards that are here, like Makashi and Odd Eyes and Albaz, and I'm sure there's more. Let me know and I'll go over them. But for today, we're just going to go over the 2 Witchcrafter cards, because Witchcrafters I know are good. So we will get right into the Witchcrafters now. And let me get rid of this stupid fucking ad that's getting on my nerves. So this is Witchcrafter Vice Master. He's a level 8 dark spellcaster fusion effect. So you need 1 Witchcrafter monster and 1 spellcaster monster. Effect number 1, when a non-fusion spellcaster monster effect or spell effect is activated. Quick effect, you can apply one of the following effects. Destroy 1 card on the field. Special summon 1 level 6 or lower Witchcrafter monster from your hand or deck. Add 1 Witchcrafter spell or trap from your graveyard to your hand. You can only apply each effect once per turn. Well, that's not hard to do. That's just a monster effect every time. And this is Witchcrafter Confusion. It says you can only use 1 of the first and second effects of this card once per turn, meaning you can only use 1. You can't use them both in the same turn. It's a normal spell also. So 1, you can summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand and or field as fusion material. Basically like polymerization, but a Witchcrafter version, which I'm sure you could search that pretty easily. It says during your end phase, if you control a Witchcrafter monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. Well, that's pretty easy, and it doesn't have an effect to where you can't get it back, or where it's banished or whatever. So that's not hard to do, in my personal opinion. That's pretty easily. Oh my god, they really just redo that? I guess I do it every week. Fuck. No, let's go ahead and read the metagame report then. Since, you know, I've got time. Let's see what we got here. Others. Does it really not have them on here? Destiny Hero Drytron. I wish like they would have better tiers for this. Because like calling something Destiny Hero Drytron just because it runs one Destiny Hero, 3 fusions, and the fusion does not make it Destiny Hero. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Like, I would love to see the deck that they have for this. I don't think they do. Like, Phoenix Enforcer is great. Like, I'm not gonna knock it. Let's see if... Do they not have one feature that has the card? So that's what I was looking for. You know what? Better yet. Because... the metagame really hasn't changed.
Hang on, there's a possibility of a trade.
Oh, shut up. So you got Sword Soul at 20%, the Licorice, Tri-Brigade, which I went over that, that's pretty cool. Phantom Knights, I guess they're making some sort of comeback. Sky Strikers, they've always been a problem. Invoke Dogmatica, I've talked about them in the past. They've always been a problem. But Shaddolls are the more likely ones I see. I don't ever see Dogmatica. The only time I've seen Dogmatica was in YCS. That was the only time I seen Dogmatica invoked. The Flaunderies, they're becoming somewhat popular, but I don't really know if they're that powerful. I went against it on EDO with a semi-good deck. Wasn't the best thing I've ever put together. I think Blue Eyes could wipe it out easy. This is my personal opinion. Live Twins. Well, Live Twins are good. I like them. I've seen that deck in action, so that one I can say is a good deck. Eldritch. I just did a deck profile on Eldritch on EDO. Obviously, Eldritch is a good deck. And with the new zombie support that I've went over the past 2 days, obviously it's going to be on everyone's watch list if you like zombies. So yeah, it definitely Eldritch. Like if you are interested in a zombie deck, go with an Eldritch build. You can find them online and then make your own, because not every deck you see online is going to be perfected. And it's not going to be playable, and it's just what it is. Like, every Blue Eyes deck profile I see online, I don't go by it, because more than likely I can put something together better myself than what I'm finding online. Like, I can go online, find these cards, and then people find ways to get around these cards, and they find a way to beat these cards. So there's no point in going online searching for these certain specific cards, because you're just going to get beat at the end of the day. Orcust, I've heard, are pretty good. I've not really seen this deck, so I cannot tell you for sure. I don't even know, like, if this is a fairly new deck. I don't even know where the hell this came from, so I cannot tell you. And other, obviously, this has got Drytron, Prank Kids, Burning Abyss, Emancipators, Altergeist, Dragon Link, Green Manju, Machina, Mystic Mind Burn. Don't even know what the hell that is. I know what Mystic Mime is, obviously, but I don't know like what exactly that is. Pendulum Magician, which no one runs that really. We got Destiny Hero Salman Great, which again, Salman Great, just with... I'm not even going to get into it. And a Sword Soul Virtual World. Now that is something to see. It says out of the decks in this week's breakdown, roughly 39% play Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer. This is almost a 10% increase compared to the last 2 weeks. Obviously, Phoenix Enforcer is very popular, and everybody thinks it's a new Dragoon. Not quite. Actually, since I have went over the metagame and everything like that, and all you guys have seen all this, so we're gonna go over Destiny Hero, Phoenix Enforcer, myself. There it is. Let's see. Hit that. Come on. No, I am not sponsored by TCG anyway, but this is where I go when I'm looking up cards and I'm trying to find good cards. So, let's see. It's 1 level 6 or higher hero monster plus 1 Destiny hero monster. It's like, wow, that's so hard to do. You'll never be able to do that. So it's basically, here's the effect and here's how it works. This is why everyone's using it when it's so OP. People keep saying. I like the card, don't get me wrong. It's an expensive card. I've seen people pull it. I have not pulled it. And I'm not really that interested to pull the card, just to be honest. But I will eventually. And I'll put it in a hero deck. I will not put it in my Drytron deck. And I most certainly will not put this in my Blue Eyes deck. I'm not one of those people that will literally do anything to get a win. No. My decks are built specifically to their archetypes. And I like to keep it that way. It doesn't need to be Destiny Hero bullshit in Blue Eyes. It doesn't need to be Destiny Hero bullshit in Drytron. And most certainly it doesn't belong in Invoked. So I'm just going to go ahead and point that out there. That if you're running this card in your Drytrons, your Blue Eyes, whatever you're running, if you're not running heroes, I don't really see the point. Because I want to go over the effect now, so you all know the effect. If you do not know the effect, okay, so here we go. Says monsters your opponent controls lose 200 attack for each hero card in your graveyard. If you're running this in Drytron, you're just not gonna lose a whole lot. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you this now. You can only use each of the following effects of Destiny Hero Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer once per turn. Quick effect. You can destroy both one card you control and one card on the field. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can activate this effect. Special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard during your standby phase of the next turn. So, with that being said, if I face this with Blue Eyes and I got a bunch of cards that say cannot be targeted, like Shining, and well, here in the future it's going to be Jet Dragon. So allow me to explain to you how this is going to work. So basically what happens here is it's not really going to be able to do anything because it has to target one card on the field. Even though it is destroying one of its own, it has to target because you're destroying one of my cards. That is targeting. Unfortunately, that is targeting. So this card in February, when I start playing Blue Eyes and regionals and whenever the next YCS is after that, it's not really going to be able to do shit. Like, this effect right here would be great if you was running heroes and you had like 10 heroes in your graveyard. That is I think it's about 2,000 attack. Right? Yeah, that's 2,000. That's 2,000 attack that your opponent would lose. Like if they were running like let's say they was running like well, let's go Eldritch for example. Like they use the effect to bring Eldritch back, and basically he gains 35. He would lose 2,000. He has 15. Or Drytron, my monster would lose X amount. So it'd have like 2,000 attack. That would be helpful. But again, you're using it with no other cards. You're literally just running this thing to hit one of your cards and bounce one of your opponent's cards, basically. Like, it's not that great. This is not the next Dragoon. You can literally attack into this thing and knock it out. 2,500 is not that high. Like, hear me out, guys. Like, I like the card. When I make heroes, I'm gonna put Destiny Hero, Phoenix Enforcer in that deck. But it doesn't belong in all these other decks. Like, you have to understand. Like, I don't even know if I would run this in the Sword Soul deck I'm building. Like, I know there's not that many Sword Soul monsters, but still, I mean, like, you're baiting on this effect. Because this one doesn't really apply. Because you're not going to be able to get into it. And that's just the thing. Like, you're not going to be able to get into it. And, you know, if you're going out and you're spending your money on this to put in your Drytron, Emancipators, whatever you're doing, I wouldn't. My personal opinion. I would run Dragoon with the Red Eyes Fusion in that deck before I would run this, and I still don't advise that either. Unless if you're running Red Eyes or Dark Magician, I don't advise that either. Like, that's not something I would do. You're taking cards from other archetypes, trying to run them as your archetype when they're not meant for that archetype, and basically. Because you'll never be able to search this. You'll never be able to search the spell to get into this. You'll have to draw into it. Even though, yeah, the mass or the freaking Destiny Fusion does get them straight from the deck and hands, but still, man, like you're baiting on so much here. Like, I don't know about that. Like a big one that, like, let's see here. Like, I mean, well, let's get this for instance. Okay. So now we got Dragoon up here. Like, I would run this before I'd ever run, you know, your Destiny Hero. You'll say, well, I don't really understand, because this card is off the archetype. Yeah, it is, and I wouldn't use it. I'm just gonna be honest. I would not use this card. Unless if it goes in Dark Magician, which it will, I'm not gonna use it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys need to quit going off of different archetypes and stick to your own. Because, I mean, this is pretty good. It says, cannot be destroyed by card effects. Neither player can target this card with card effects. We all know how Dragoon works. During your main phase, you can destroy one card your opponent controls. Inflict damage equal to the monster's original attack. You can use this up to many times as normal monsters. Use a fusion material for this card. So, obviously, you're going to have your two, like, if you get Red Eyes and Dark Magician, which I'm going to. Obviously, you're going to be able to use this, get into it, and hit for, you can destroy two, and if they're big, you probably have game. It says you can use this effect amount of time of the fusion material. Just went over that. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, a quick effect, you can discard one card and negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card, and if you do that, this card gains 1,000 attack. So, better yet, run Dragoon. Like, you want to run Phoenix Enforcer? That's great. Why don't you try Dragoon? Dragoon has a better effect. Dragoon is the original Dragoon. Like, you're worried people, oh, everyone's going to kaiju it, everybody's going to do this. What do you think they're going to do to Phoenix Enforcer? I guarantee you, he is not getting you win, or she is not getting you wins. Like, don't bullshit me. Like, no, there's no possible way. Its targeting effect will not get you game. Like, no way. There is no way to power it up. Dragoon can power himself up. I mean, if you don't believe me, I mean, you can go to my video and you can watch my Dark Magician deck in action, where literally he's chain link 1, 3, and 5 and destroys every card on the field and powers himself up. So, I mean, you can't really counter Dragoon, so the only counter you're really going to do is, 1, you're going to do like I do and just shoot right over top of him, or 2, you're going to kaiju it. That's literally all you can do. But I think I've ranted enough about Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer and why it should not be in decks today. Wasn't planning on ranting about it, but I said, fuck it. I feel like it. Because you just need to stop using the card. Like, seriously, I do not like the card. But, well, I do like the card. Just not in all these meta decks nowadays. I don't like it. Stick to Destiny Hero. Stick to Elemental Heroes. There you go. But better yet, this is the end of the video for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You may not, you may have. Depends on what your situation is with the cards that I have went over today. And what is your situation on. But I'm Pierce Nation, and I'll see you in the next video. Pierce Nation out.